Hi everybody. I found another book on a bookshelf and it's called The Not So Brave Penguin by Steve Smallman. Percy Penguin wasn't scared of anything. He loved whizzing down snowy slopes on his tummy. Posy Penguin was not so brave. She shuffled down slopes on her bottom instead. Percy loved jumping into the water with a great splash. Posy didn't jump. She was scared she might do a belly flop. Posy was scared of lots of things: snowstorms, heights, loud noises, but most of all, she was afraid of the dark. When the penguins huddled together at night, she would stare out at the big black emptiness around her and imagine all the scary things that might be out there. One morning, the penguins woke to find a huge iceberg floating close to their island. Percy thought it looked amazing. Posy thought it looked scary. Percy leaped into the sea and swam over to explore. The iceberg was like a penguin playground. There were slides everywhere. Percy played for hours. He was having a fantastic time until he whizzed down an ice slide too fast. He crashed into a dark cave and bumped his head. Percy hasn't come back, cried Posy, standing on the shore that evening. But Posy was sure. Oh, you worry too much, said the other penguins. Percy will be fine. But Posy was sure that something was wrong. Then she did a very brave thing. She jumped into the sea and swam over to the huge iceberg. Percy, where are you? She cried, looking around. There was no answer. Then Posy saw footprints. She followed them up to the top of a big slippery slide. He must have gone down there, she gulped. Posy took a deep breath and slid down the slide, faster and faster, straight into a scary cave. Woof! Posy's feet hit something soft. It was Percy. He had a big bump on his head. Posy? He asked groggily. How did you get here? I jumped and swam and climbed and slid until I bumped into your bottom, said Posy. Wow, said Percy. That was brave. Weren't you scared? Yes, and I still am, because now it's dark. But it isn't really dark, said Percy. Look, the sky wasn't black and empty. It was beautiful, all green and blue. Posy didn't feel so scared anymore. Posy and Percy snuggled up to keep warm, and after a while, they fell fast asleep. See, these are called the Northern Lights, or Aurora Borealis. Beautiful phenomenon up in the sky. The next morning, Percy's head was feeling much better, and they were ready to swim back home. Thank you for rescuing me, Posy, said Percy. That was very brave of you. Oh, said Posy with a grin. I never knew I was brave. Percy smiled. Well, you helped me even though you were scared, which makes you the bravest penguin of all. So at first you think that Percy is the brave one, right? Because he can jump in and slide down and he's exploring in the caves and things like that. But it really was Posy who was brave, wasn't she? So when you do something, even when you're afraid, that's courage and that's being brave. So what you can do is, instead of saying, I'm afraid of the dark, you could say, I can be brave in the dark. Or instead of saying, I'm afraid of spiders, you could say, I could be courageous and hold that spider. I wouldn't though. And you don't want a spider bite, right? But there's some things that you might be afraid of, and you could think of ways that you could show courage with that, okay? Hope you enjoyed the book.